Good morning, family. It's another beautiful day to get it. We want to go ahead and dive on into our updated product research module with Mrs. E, and I, covering everything you guys need to understand and have in your minds as you're embarking on this journey, especially, in my opinion, the most critical piece for your success, which is product research. So far, you guys have been moving and shaking. You've already completed the mindset section. You've already went through your whys, identifying that, and also understanding the who, the what, the me, and basically why it isn't about you, it's about the customers. Now, as we are jumping into product research, we're going to cover the importance of it, which all of you guys know, but also, like I said earlier, give you guys a little more insight of how our brains work when we're doing product research so that you can be better equipped in the driver's seat as you're embarking on this part. So number one, in my opinion, the reason why Mrs. E and I were able to go from zero to any amount of success is because we focused on the following. We focused on trends, we focus on competitors, and we focus on what's happening now. Our 3P strategy that we talk about within our program really brings us around full circle. We focus on people, we focus on products, we focus on problems, we focus on passions, we also focus on people, we focus on products, and we focus on trends. Okay? So we all can agree that if a person has a problem, there is some type of product that can actually reduce that problem, resolve that problem, and of course, help them move forward, right? The same way that if someone has a passion, I love fishing, I guarantee you there's a product of some sort out there that can help them enhance their fishing experience. Can we agree?
Yeah.
And the last thing where I primarily focus on, if there is a trend or if there's something that's about to start happening, a holiday of some sort, I guarantee you there's a product that people will buy for that trend, aka Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you name it. Those are buying seasons and people are buying things to give to someone. So from the bigger picture, when we're focusing on product research, we have to remind ourselves it's not about us. This is something that I had to learn the hard way, right? Miss Ecom and I, in the beginning, we were just literally trying to sell just about anything to get someone to buy. And when we started to focus on the data, like what people are actually looking for, why people are actually looking for this, when people are actually looking for this, it made us better equipped to not only research better products, but also add products to our stores based off of their behaviors, which is the reason why we tell you guys it's not about you. This is really, really important, which leads me into my third bullet point. Reminds me to focus on data and no emotions. Miss Ecom and I literally went broke, okay? Yes, broke. Falling in love with a product that once upon a time worked, but the market had shifted. We were in a beauty brand at the time, and before this new product came about, we had literally millions of dollars of sales being generated in a year, and literally overnight, the industry changed. And we kept pouring into that market, hoping it would come back around, and we wasted a lot of time, money, and energy versus redirecting our focus on what our audience were into. Prime example, we were selling wigs. They were selling like crazy. The next year, they wanted to go all natural. And instead of us trying to find products that help with their natural curls, we spent all this time trying to bring the wigs back, which cost us a lot of time and money. Okay?
Trying to think for our customers wasn't working for us.
All right. So remember, the big thing about product research is focusing on those trends, the competitors, what's happening right now. Think about the 3 Ps. Always see the bigger picture, what people are buying, what they're saying, and what they're interested in. And also ask yourself the why are they doing this? So you can have a better view as well, because that's super important as well. Why are people buying Mother's Day jewelry pieces or Father's Day jewelry pieces or Valentine's Day jewelry pieces? Well, is that niche or that trend rising, right? So super important on that. And then last thing but not least, data over everything. Let's set the tone. A lot of the products that we're going after are in the print on demand space, right? And so print on demand, no matter if you're selling a t-shirt, a jewelry piece, a hat, some leggings, you name it, a flag, they have some type of voice attached to it. And what I mean by that is that people love to express themselves. And so as we're embarking on this journey, your job is to first identify a trend that is either buying or about to buy. Number 2, figure out what actual message people are gravitating towards, and then literally replicate that. When I mean by replicate it, in a sense, copy and paste what is working, but make it your own with slight changes so that you can also get in front of that audience, okay? And just like we talked about before, it's all about the message, right? It's not about the jewelry piece, okay? The jewelry piece does enhance, if we're talking about shine-on related products, does enhance the overall experience, but it's not the reason why people buy, okay? Think about Hallmark. When you go into Hallmark store, there's thousands of greeting cards, but it's that message that makes you buy it. So in our business, the message that's on a jewelry piece, a t-shirt, some leggings, a hoodie is why people are buying, okay? Let's talk about in great details the people, the product, the passion. In our business, this is very important for us to understand, okay? If right now, the time that we're in, people are focusing on Mother's Day and they're gonna focus on Father's Day. Well, a lot of people will say, well, isn't that market saturated? And I beg to differ because there's always a new mom. There's a mom that's been promoted to grandmom. There is a stepped up mom. There's a bonus mom. There's our auntie. There's grandmom. Okay, there's my mother-in-law. There's so many different messages that can literally touch someone. And it's our job to research those types of messages based off of our data, okay, to figure out exactly which one people are resonating with and literally pair it with the right product at the right time, okay? So when we say focus on the people first, we need to understand the why they are buying this product. If we're talking about Mother's Day, we understand that they want to buy a product for a mother. What type of mother will set the tone and change the message? What I would say to my wife, who's also the mother of my children, will be completely different than I would say to my grandmother, which will also be completely different than I would say to my mother, okay? Also, when you grasp that concept, why would someone gift this item, okay? They would gift this item because they want to express themselves, okay, to an individual about how they feel without actually saying it, which is the reason why we love the business model that we're in, because all that basically says is that people still love to send gifts. People still love to give gifts. So if we can figure out exactly what message to pair with our products at the right time, we can generate revenue. Example, we made a bunch of money on the I'm sorry niche during Valentine's Day. Well, why I'm sorry? Because guess what? There's a lot of people that may have messed up this Valentine's Day, and instead of saying it, or they may have said it, they bought, and I mean like this is a six-figure product, they bought I'm sorry products to tell that to their significant others or their loved ones. Okay, so we must understand their why and pair that with the message. The message has to pull at the heartstrings. Like I just said, I'm sorry, right? So we went out and we found I'm sorry products that actually really spoke a particular message. Maybe I wasn't in your life. Maybe I didn't tell you I love you. Maybe I wasn't there for you when you need me. And it needs to pull at their heartstrings, because if they cry, they buy. All right. We bring up a lot of another ways to help us locate those products. And we're going to go over that in the next modules when we're going to be covering some of the top platforms that we do these research on. But when we're going through this process, my mindset is, okay, what market are we currently in? What are people currently doing right now? What are they going to be buying for? And let me go ahead and find a mother, a father, a grandmother, someone that's above 25 and up that would potentially buy this product for someone. That's what my mindset is on. So we're in Mother's Day right now. I'm going to go out and look for Mother's Day products. And I'm going to show you guys how we do that and how we actually take the messages and then, of course, recreate them in our own version for our products that we have access to. But the more emotional the niche, the more someone is willing to buy for it. For example, graduation, we had a student do a little under $500,000 for graduation. Going away to school, that is a time where you're leaving the nest, and maybe mama, dada, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle want to tell you they're proud of you. Getting married, losing a loved one, thinking of you. Hallmark has had this market for so long that no one even blinked an eye. So this is our chance to get a piece of their pie. The bird's eye view of our program is actually quite simple, but there's a lot of parts within each section. In this particular part in your journey, even the first 2 weeks of your journey, the only thing you should be doing is researching and designing, okay? These are the most critical pieces. Many people want to run to the launching or the scaling and reset, and those things are critical. If I did not research a market correctly that is actually buying right now, and I did not design my concept similar to my competitors, and I did my own thing, and then I go ahead and I build my store and I launch my ad, and then I don't get the results, in my opinion, it starts from the niche and the product, aka the research and the designing before anything else.
So set yourself up for success. Do the research and do design first.
Absolutely. And do not rush it. We also ask that you guys use the Facebook group to not only look at feedback that we gave your family members about their designs. But also, when you're ready, post your actual concepts inside the group, and we'll also analyze it with you and tell you what we would do differently. But this is the whole system from 50,000 feet. Our job is to research who's actually looking for products to buy, find products that we can actually make money with, which we tell you. Go ahead and design those concepts based off the very emotional trends. Then we go ahead, build our stores, launch our ads, read the data, and decide, are we scaling this product or are we resetting? And as we know, winning is a numbers game, okay? I'm not saying that you have to do what Mrs. Ecom and I did, but for our $6 million brand, we were literally testing 25 to 30 products a week. We were testing extremely fast, okay? We became emotionless and data-driven, okay? Which reminds me of what I had mentioned earlier. Do not fall in love with the product, only the process. Did I find a product that's getting some sales or some reviews right now? Are people actually buying right now? If they are, okay, great. Let me go ahead and recreate it, and let me try to apply this product on another platform that I'm advertising on to see if they're interested in said product, okay? Spend more time understanding your audience and why they buy. This is critical, okay? What are they buying? Why would a man buy a I'm sorry niche? What's going on right now? Is it Valentine's Day? Is it I'm getting married? What type of season is it? I want to make sure I'm combing everything I can to understand my audience and put myself in their shoes. So as I'm creating, I'm designing, even working on the message, I know exactly what they really care about. Researching and testing concept is a consistent process. So it's not something I do once. It's something we do literally daily, all the time. And even in the beginning, we spent more of our time trying to learn an ad platform versus trying to learn our audience. And that is what truly allowed my family and I to become successful towards the end. Targeting your audience is 25% of the battle. 75% is having being in the right time with the right product. We know it's Mother's Day. We know a lot of people are going to be flooding the markets. How can you be different? What can your ad look like? What can your message look like? Those are the things that we care about the most. Unicorn products. This is interesting. Unicorn products do exist, but they're rare. What I mean by it is that you worked all night for one product. Okay, you worked all night for the message card, the one product, whatever case may be, and you're like, man, this is perfect. And then you launch it and then it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not have that mindset. Right? It's one of the easiest ways to get deterred from the process. I ran some ads, it didn't work. No, okay? Which is the reason why our program is set up the way it is, about analyzing data over everything, your competitors over everything, determining the right time over everything to get you closer and closer to what you're looking for, which is that freedom. So spend more time doing that. Spend more time sharpening your axe versus trying to cut down the tree, okay? And with unicorn products, when they do happen, you will understand why they will happen more than anything else. In my opinion, there is no such thing as unicorn products. It basically is just finding the right product at the right time with the right people. Learn your strengths over weakness early. Okay, so if you're really good at finding good messages, but you're having a really hard time at designing, outsource. Okay, for Mrs. Ecom and I to test as many concepts as we wanted to, we outsourced our designing earlier on, which made a big difference later on. Okay, and then of course, ads are tools. This is the last thing I want to mention. Ads are the messenger. They're not the reason why you're successful. If I do not understand what platform my audience are on, what type of ad creative is really resonating with them, why they're buying, when they're buying, who is actually buying, your ads are not going to do the work for you, which is the reason why we focus on data over everything. And we're going to go over that in great details in the next modules. Other than that, guys, this is the overview of getting you guys started in the product research. And I hope this was very informative to you guys. So now when you're out there going through the platforms that Mrs. Ecom and I are going to cover, you guys are better equipped of what to look for, why we're doing this thing, and honestly, just sticking to the data, no emotions. With that being said, guys, I can't wait to see you in the next video.